First thing to point out, you're actually joining me on a meltdown recovery day. Yesterday was just... Don't need to go into it, but just want to let you know, just in case I'm a bit... In fact, the lighting's a bit weird because I'm having the light pointing up because I don't want it in my face. Meltdown on a coach. That's a new one. I'll be alright. I did have a great day, actually, in London, though. Saw a friend, went to NAS. I also bought a new watch band in Pretty Purple. But let's get on with today's video. For those of you who don't know, I do public speaking. I do talks and stuff. I enjoy doing that because I'm very good at talking professionally. If you met me in a professional situation, for example, if you met me at the Autism show, you'd think, oh God, Connor's actually quite confident at speaking. It's not the case entirely, all round. There's this thing with autism, which I've discussed with quite a few people that I'm friends with on the spectrum. We kind of do this thing where we put on a mindset. It's really bizarre. My biggest struggles in communication are talking to complete strangers, not in a situation where I know I'm going to be talking to them. Like I had to talk to a stranger yesterday in a confrontational way. I'm not going into that. Or even if going into the shop and going to a counter, I won't look the person serving me in the eye. I'm like really like, yeah, just... yeah, that's all, thank you, and I'm all mumbly and looking down here. But then, of course, like I was saying, if you meet me at the Autism show or somewhere where I'm working, I can kind of put it all together and present myself confidently. It's like I have this character called Confident Connor, which I play, if that makes sense. I do it when I go to NAS and I have meetings. I'm very good at professionally coming across confident and making eye contact. I struggle a bit, like I struggle most when I've got multiple people in the conversation. I'm like, who do I look at? And especially if you're telling two people the same thing, but you're not in a position to be able to look at them both, like do you just spend the, well obviously you don't just do that because that would just be freaky. Whenever I do a talk in front of however many people, I did a talk on Monday that was about 12 to 15 people maybe, and then of course I've done up to 300. I enter this mindset where I act like I know what I'm doing, therefore I know what I'm doing. I can present it quite naturally, but it is scripted. It's like 99% scripted. I throw in the odd ad-lib and stuff, but ad-lib, I'm not a singer. Every joke that I slip in, that's normally planned, but essentially all I'm doing is playing a character. Even when it's the Q&A bits afterwards, I know what kind of questions are going to come up, even though there might be some that throw me. I kind of have the stock answers anyway. But essentially, in professional situations, I play a character. That's not me, but it is me. I'm just, well, it's the same kind of character you get, I suppose. It's not me struggling me. Like, I don't know how I would do it. I really want to film at some point me interacting with a stranger, just so you can tell I'm not like this all the time. I think this is part of the reason why autistic people are such good actors. It's really easy to play a character because you know every single detail of it, I think. I'm not sure. At my old job, for example, whenever we were working in the office, it was kind of a social situation. So I was me, and then one time everyone in our team took it in terms to host a meeting, and the time it was me hosting the meeting, I kind of surprised everyone because everyone was like, what, Connor, you're like really confident. I was me. My colleague, well then colleague, now friend, well not that she wasn't a friend when I was working with her, she said she physically noticed me change body language completely. I'd literally been, I normally sit there and chair slumping, kind of making myself as small as possible. Then as soon as I started running this meeting, my body language just went, I am confident. Literally just turning on that character. Confident Connor. I kind of use this at YouTube events too. Yes, fair enough, YouTube is a social thing, but there is also kind of a professional side to it, especially when you're talking to the big creators, when you're talking to them about creatory stuff. This character is the best way for me to be able to push across as much information as possible. It's really quite bizarre, so if I wasn't doing that, if I was just normal, like, it's harder for me to get across what I want to say, whereas if I play this confident character, words seem to flow easier. I say confident character, it's definitely not a character, is it? It is just me, but it's almost like I feel invincible when I'm in that character, when I'm in that mode. And I know it's not just me, it's other people that I've spoken to about it. It's like I'll stand there and speak to 300 people, but put me in a room with 10 people that are kind of doing social talk, I want to cry. And do most of the time. It's why often if you meet me, actually, if I start showing off, that's me, that's a defense mechanism, that is. I'd like to show off about things. I don't know what, like, it could be anything. It's because I'm not very good at the non-confident bit. I think that's the thing. I think confident me is what I wish I could be 24/7, but that's just not possible. It's draining. It's really draining. Putting yourself in essentially someone else's mindset, even though it's your own, it just completely drains everything. Like whenever I do a talk, it really drains me. Like I love it. Probably why I had meltdown in London, isn't it? If I do talk late at night and then London the next day, yeah, it was stupid. I know. Just I think the summarising thing, Confident Connor is a lot better at communication. Not perfect, but a lot better at getting across what I want to say. The other thing with professional communication is it tends to be more objective than emotional, which of course suits me massively. I'm very objective. Or at my old job, if I'm just tapping away tablets, it's objective conversation. Weird actually, yeah, because on YouTube you get me, but you don't get me, but you do. Ooh, but I don't treat this as a profession. I just use that. In whatever profession you're involved with, or whether you're still in school, do you feel you can kind of put on I am confident mind, or have you never done that before? Have you never tried it? If you've not tried it, try it. I know that's easier said than done. I'll never get communication 100% right. If this helps me, it helps me. Does it help you? Sorry it was a day late. I was in London. Thank you very much for watching. Knox.